Hey, today it's Pride. Okay, some of my future looks up there. And today I'm doing a drag makeup workshop for some of my very most special performers and friends who've been helping her at Qabarets. So say hi, that's Tony here. He's gonna be making up himself today, okay? And Audrey, Midas, and of course Terry is here to give us a hand.
Hi.
Okay, so so today we're gonna go through drag makeup. This is the basics, stuff that I can't teach when I'm rushing five faces before a show. Okay, so so stay tuned and we're gonna get into this drag makeup workshop. Okay, so I've actually compiled a little kit for them, all the stuff that I use. Okay, so glue sticks, pressed powders, concealers, and of course this dupe for Makeup Forever, which is I think going to be quite good, and some brushes for them as well. Okay, I got as far as lips because I'm not even sure whether we're going to have time to do lips today. so I really encourage you to just look at eyes, look at pictures and everything to get a feel of what you want.
Right.
So if you all turn around, behind here, I have some pictures of some famous drag queens.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this is Gluttony. Okay, so this is I would say it's a very quintessential drag eye, right? There's a massive cut crease. Okay, so we'll probably just try to do this today. Okay, so this is probably something that I think everyone should have in the repertoire because you can just change the shape, change the size, and you can get almost any drag eye. Okay, and of course there's kimchi. So as you can see, kimchi's cut crease doesn't start at the darkness of it doesn't go all the way around, right? See hers, it lightens towards the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you do this actually gives you the illusion of a rounder face. Okay, so you can play with it how you like, depends on your face shape. Okay, so Crystal Versace is another one. Hers makes it super severe. So her cut crease goes all the way to the nose, as you can see, right? And it doesn't connect underneath. So if you look at Gluttony's goes all the way around, right? So the white on the top is connecting to the white at the bottom. This one is not, okay, so you have a bit of color there. So these are different ways you can play with it. Hers, the white on the bottom is really little, okay, but there's still white on the bottom. And the cut crease on top goes really close to the eyeliner, so there's very little space there, right? Compared to these two, where it's much further, right? It's all the different effect that you want to make. Okay, and then of course MV Peru, this is what I call a floating crease. So I've been doing this kind of crease for most of this year. The colors all on top, there's not very little connection between up and the bottom, but the colors she uses are the same. And if you notice, they all do under eye makeup. Okay, so I really think in drag, under eye really makes a huge difference. If you don't do the under eye, you can get away with it. For example, Opera Tang does not do any under eye makeup. And if you look at her pictures, it's okay, but because she uses so much blush beneath, it's almost like under eye makeup already. But when I do her makeup and I do her under eye, you can see her entire face shape changes. Right? And of course, something more natural is Miss Fame. So Miss Fame, you can see everything is very smoked out. You don't see the harsh lines as much. And her crease, although it's still a cut crease, it's so close to the actual eye that it just you can basically only see it when she closes her eye. Okay, so compared to Gluttony, where even when her eyes are wide open, you see the crease. And of course, if you have a rounder face, Darren Lake, a nice, very smoky eye, and then even her cut crease here, there's still a cut crease there. Okay, so as you can see, the cut crease is basically almost like a drag staple. It really helps to feminize the face. It really helps to open up the eye by having a light color there. If you want to do a smoky eye, that's also okay. But male face shape, sometimes that can be very tricky if you don't get the lightness correct. Think about creams and powders, right? So creams first, and then set the powders. So I think in drag it's even more important to do that because it really helps intensify the colors. So sometimes you can even do creams or eyeshadow and then set with the powder later. Okay, so for example, how I always do the whole face first. If you want, you can also do the eyes first and then do the rest of the face. But today we're just going to do it my way. Okay, so now we're just going to get started. Shall we all block our brows?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's alcohol wipes here and everything there. Okay, so now we're just going to block our brows together. And of course, in my case, I have to block my sideburns as well.
I feel like I need to stop being lazy and block mine as well.
Alcohol.
Because the photos get
It makes a huge difference. Before a show, I always just shave this to skin, so I don't even have to bother.
Oh wow.
Just shave it all off. Yeah.
You wouldn't shave your eyebrows though, right?
Not yet. If you
want
want
to.
to, if I quit my job, maybe. All the way around so that it coats both sides of the hair. Not just press it down one side. If you press it down one side is dry, it will not stick properly. So you go all the way around, coat every single hair, and then use this brush to push everything out. So the best is to be able to put it all down. So brows, if you do it correctly, it should take you a long time. This is my favorite primer. This Milk Hydro Grip. This one is really good. Mix in home makeup stick. Okay, so foundation. Foundation in drag, really you don't have to match so closely. We're not pretending to be real women like walking around in the daylight. So most of the time, when you first begin drag, you can see if you look at Clem or Lester, everything's like white. Right? Because they buy one foundation which they think looks like it matches in the shop when everything's fluorescent, but then you bring it home, it's actually too light. So you can actually afford to go darker, which is why I gave you all this liquid foundation. It's almost like very warm, but then we can always dilute it with another white when you highlight. Okay, and then you blend it to whatever you like. So usually, as you know, sometimes I like to mix stick and liquid. So I usually go with the base of stick first and then use the liquid to just cover, especially over the eyebrow. Because you don't want to be dragging the stick over your eyebrow. Yeah. Okay. So usually just I do one layer of a stick, avoid the brows.
Is stick foundation very high coverage?
Yeah, usually I mean the theatre ones, yeah. So Kryolan, Makeup Forever are really good at giving you very high coverage.
Kryolan feels really sticky.
Yeah, it's very sticky and waxy, so which is why I like to mix it with a liquid. So I'll put on the Kryolan first, and then I just get some liquid and just mix it in. And then it lightens up everything. That's what I do for you every single time. Okay. Yeah, so you can mix up. And this is one of my favorite full coverage foundations. It's like from Shop Miss A. It's only at $1.
Wow.
And it's like really, really full coverage.
Oh my god, only $1.
Yeah, it's $1. Everything on the store is $1. So don't forget to just go down the neck a little bit and do your ears. Because your ears are usually a bit pink. if you have a full face of makeup and then your ears is pink, is very, very distracting. So make sure you do your ears. Yeah, that's a good color. On you, I mean it's a little bit dark, but once we highlight and everything, it'll look good. The tip of your nose is
the bane of my
this one's so dainty doing his.
I think three colors.
I see these 3 colors on my face. I have 3 colors on my face right now. and then we're gonna go in and do highlighting. So now if you take up this Color Cosmetics thing, it's a Makeup Forever dupe, so it's got all the different colors there that you can possibly put forward to contour and the highlight and everything. Okay, so what I usually like to do at this step, you can take a flat brush, get a lighter color to highlight. Just go in with the lightest shade, okay, and then you use this and you just highlight under the eyes and out, center of the forehead. Yeah, okay, and down the nose if you want.
It's
So under-
really painting back already.
Yeah.
No, I'm highlighting.
Highlight. So highlight under the eye and out. Under the eyes and
a little bit more here and less here. So think of it as a triangle here going up. Okay?
Oh, like here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and when you feel like you've got enough on, you can go in and blend that out. So, you know the areas that you want to really pop are here, here, here at the chin, and down the nose. So when you have your sponge, try to assign. What I like to do is I assign like different corners of the sponge with different creams, so I don't have to use so many sponges. A lot of people use several. Like they have one just for lights, one just for darks. But I know this is my neutral. I use this for my light and the long side for my dark.
Right.
So if you want, you can.
Do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, she's highlighted.
Okay. If you want, you can go for maybe something with warmer. I would use maybe one of these two.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just try the warmer one first. So do you know what the difference between warm and cool is?
Yeah, warm's like yellowy,
Yellowy,
white,
orangey.
yeah.
So that would be warm, right?
Yeah.
This is warm. This is quite cool.
Mm.
It's like bluish, right?
Mm.
So I would say this is more like a bronzer and this is more like a contour. But let's go into the bronzer first because it's lighter, so we don't mess things up too much. So for me, I used to do like really heavy contour, like one streak across. I find that very unflattering nowadays.
Mm.
So usually I just put in the corners and blend it towards the middle, so there's less contour here. Because when you wear a wig and then suddenly there's shadow all the way across, it doesn't look very funny. So I like to just make sure I just put it at the temples now. Just put there and there.
This is not very pigmented.
Yeah, it's not very pigmented. Right? It's not like a lot, and then just blend it towards the center of the face.
What's the earlier?
Yeah, you don't need that much. Yeah, just start with that first. Don't
Okay, so this is the tricky part. How do I make sure that one is like, it's not like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So how do I make sure that they're like...
Practice. Yeah, do that too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you just blend it out first, and then later, if it's crooked, you can always fix it with either powders or you can fix it with highlighter, or just blend it away.
So when you put on the cheek, right, you go from bottom up?
No. Go from top down and work your way in. If you want to add more later, you can always add, but if you go from center up, you run the risk of putting too much in the middle of the face, and you want to keep the middle of the face more bright. Don't have too much dark then. So as you can see, I always start from outside. For me, it's okay because I have the cheekbone there, so I know I'm just following the cheekbone, and then usually depending on the look, I blend it up or down.
Here you don't put a lot of foundation.
Yeah, he put a bit a lot, but it's okay. So he's got a big face, so his face can be.
Shade.
No, it's not. It's true.
No,
It's a good thing. Actually, you can do so much more on a big face. I mean, for me, I'm quite limited. Okay, so here you can see, if you want too much darkness to go in there, remember I told you that one side is for black, one side is white, and then you just use this to soften. And then the blend is much nicer. Do you contour your nose with creams?
No, this is my first time doing it.
That's not
Yeah.
seriously or not serious?
Really? For drag lah, first
For
time.
drag, yeah. I don't usually contour my nose, but a lot of people do. So if you want, I found a brush that might be quite nice. This is quite a nice angled buffer brush that you can use to contour your nose if you want. You can either use it for powders or creams. I think it might be better with powders. Okay, so now tricky part is the brows. Okay, so brows, you just want to give yourself enough space. What kind of brows you like? Lately, I know I like doing like very thin brows.
Thin brows,
Yeah, thicker brows, you can look very cunty and everything, but sometimes I find for Qabarets, especially or piano bar, I think a thin brow sometimes looks a bit more approachable, a bit friendlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
agreed.
So before you go in, I want you to use the dotting one to just dot where your brow is going to be.
Oh, I can use this one.
Yeah, just dot the front, the arch, and the tail. So let's say we want something a bit more arched. Okay, so the top of your brow bone would be there, so maybe somewhere there. Yeah, okay. And then where would that end?
Here?
Is it the one that you say is cheap
Yeah,
one,
okay.
but good?
Okay, so now you have that. Why don't you just connect those lines? And of course you need your brow to feather out the end, right? So you can afford to be a bit heavier in the front and then lift off at the end. Okay, just keep going. Just keep filling in.
Every time I'm like, see his brows, help.
The front can be dark, can be thicker. So go, okay, and then connect it to the end. Just reach.
Oh God, Jesus. Lord, give me the strength.
Okay, no, don't worry. Okay, so if you want, don't forget this. The front part can always be thicker. So you're there. You just need to be a bit more confident in yourself. So let's say you put that in,
Mm.
and then just keep going. You see the brow taking shape?
Mm.
You basically more or less drawn the brow yourself, right? So, okay. I mean, it still looks a bit janky because of the dots, but we can always clean it up because it's still like creams. Okay, so now you're gonna try to clean under that. So you use the white or the flat brush that you used earlier. Yeah, there you go. So if you accidentally got some back in the brow, don't worry, this.
Mm.
Ooh, that is so nice.
She's so good with that.
You see?
right. Like she just did like one smooth stroke and it was there.
Yeah. I mean, really, after a while practice, you know exactly how your hand moves. So it says one stroke. It's almost like doing a signature.
Mm.
Are you using cream or powder?
Cream.
No.
Audrey.
What,
I use cream. Cream, then after that I add on powder.
what color is it? This is very-
Benefit.
oh.
It's
This is a brow pomade, is it?
the brow zinc.
Oh, that's quite good. That's quite good. Under the brows. It doesn't look so harsh.
Which one you use?
Oh, now I'm using my own clown white. So this is another thing that's good to invest is clown white. I've been using this for like 3 years.
Wow.
It's like, I'll never finish it.
I'm trying a new, thin brow. This is the thinnest I've got.
It's still quite thick, man.
One more line. This one should be small.
Midas, you know what? I think you can extend your tail a lot more. Your eye makeup can actually, if you from here, I think your eyebrow can actually end here.
Hi Daki, what time is it?
Sorry. I saw Roy downstairs.
Ah, you just came back. Hello. Oh, hello. So Lester was late. What's your punishment?
Shamed
to me,
on
Lester?
camera.
What's the punishment, Lester?
Well, I had a really good reason. I was doing night shift yesterday.
They will just give you a good spanking then, since you have good reason.
Okay, and then so he wants to look like this.
Yes, because I never done crease.
Okay, so we try to get you that. Just let dry in layers. And if you want, you can put powder in between the layers. That's what we're deciding this now.
Does it not?
So I use the white powder first to set all the highlights that we did. Okay, so white, I'll use something like this and I'll make it very small. I'll set this white here. Set the middle of the face. Do the middle of the nose. Set basically the places where you put all the white right now. Okay, and then you should have to cut under here.
Under the.
Yeah. So highlight that, and then the rest is aroma powder. Okay, so this is what I do for you also. So you know, try.
Where can I get this white powder?
I usually buy Ben Nice Super White on
Ben Nice
Amazon. Yeah. So under the brow, but don't try not to touch the brow. And then everything else is. Right?
Oh, it sounds nasty.
Fat. And just let it sit for a while. Okay, you can.
And start doing the.
Okay. Yeah, good. And this.
This is my
Pound it.
air spun, right? Like.
Yeah, no, use a small, use a bigger puff.
Wow. She's a size queen.
Yeah, this is air spun plus one size plus a whole bunch of other things.
So this is the idea of beating your face.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can see the cloud of powder.
But the brush gets obscured off.
That's okay. No, it's when you brush it off, it's still there.
Oh.
And then you will draw over it with eyeshadow or brow pencil later again.
Oh.
Everything is 2 layers. Everything is cream and then powder.
Cream powder.
Okay,
Cream
so
powder.
that's the principle of makeup, which you would have noticed making one time.
no,
Everything
sorry.
creams first, set with powder. Okay, so everything that we've done up to this stage is just laying the foundation. It's basically foundation. You still need to go over with powders, everything to intensify the colors and everything. So usually I like to do cream powder. Some people like to do cream powder, cream powder, cream powder, cream powder. so several layers.
I'm changing the shade. I've changed 3 times leh.
Okay, so usually I let this sit for a few minutes and then use a fluffy brush or something just to and blend everything into each other. Just blending the powders, just sweeping and blending away at the same time. This way, the whites and the translucent kind of like mixes in, so there's no harsh lines. Yeah.
I just want to know what's the things that you
Those are my face tips
okay.
because I'm old.
I made the mistake of asking the same question last time too.
Look at that!
Okay, so now about this stage, I will work on my eyes before I contour.
Do you put primer in?
Yes, and then now because I didn't put much foundation in my eyes, I will put primer to do my eyes. So primer, you can use concealer, you can use foundation or primer.
At this juncture, right, you see there's I should glue it down one time.
If you want, yeah, you can glue some.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time, 2 more times. Primer.
Primer, yeah.
You don't need so much. If you see the amount I use on you guys, this all you need for eye primer is this, like,
Is that a color corrector?
no, it's just that's more than enough.
Wow.
That's more than enough for both eyes.
Okay.
Okay, and then I would not even use a sponge, I would use a brush this time because it's much more control. You're doing your eyes, you know. Face, yes, use sponge, whatever, but if you're using your eyes, use a brush. And I like to use a very fluffy, almost stiff brush to blend it out.
Yeah.
Tony, so this one,
Okay, let's start.
Tony, look, this is all you need.
All the way upwards. You see?
Blend it around. This one dot.
Looking out.
That's all you need. Very thin. Okay, you're not trying to
Yes.
cover your face or anything.
Yeah.
So that's all you need.
Oh, yeah.
There?
Huh?
Higher up.
This is
Yeah,
this
there's
is
just
very
there's a lot from like just one.
yeah. This one dot. That's all you need.
Wow.
And so today we're just going to try to do the floating crease that we saw. Okay, and we Peru everything. Everyone we're going to try to do that. Okay?
Yes, let's do that.
So same thing with your brows.
Mm.
First go in with a pencil. I want you to use a very light pencil. I'm going to give you one. Okay, just draw the dots where you think your crease should be. Okay, right? Somewhere here. That's going to be basically where my eye socket is. So for my crease, my normal crease is here, right? Okay, you look at my normal
Yeah.
crease, it's here. I'm just going to use, for me, because of this very heavy brow bone, I use my eye socket as a guide. So I'll probably start somewhere there, here, and I'm just going to come up to here. Okay, to end where my brow is. So it's going to be like that. Okay, so remember just now we drew our dot here, and our dot here, something like that, right? So you want to redraw a brow, like that. If you want to do a crease, your crease would be somewhere starting here, right? Because it's curving into your nose. And then straight up here above your eye, and then after it passes your eye, I would flick it towards the tail of the brow.
Yeah, this part's connected.
Okay, and then what you do is you blend up. So you after this you get a lighter color and you blend up here, and then do the same thing that you do with your brow. You're going to cut underneath so that you get a floating crease. Okay, so the dark blue is what we're all doing now. So what I like to do, Tony, see, I like to just start. Maybe a good place to start is right above your eye because you know this is going to be the straight part, right? So this is going to be the straight part. So I like to just start there. Okay, and then bring it down here and bring it out there. So bring it down here and then bring it out. Then you can finesse it later. And then that's it.
Okay.
Okay?
So if you want to go a darker,
Dark, maybe dark pink, you can do purple, and then you can blend it with pink later.
Oh, you actually use the shadow brush, is it?
Yes, I use a flat packer brush. I'm using a flat packer brush. The pupil. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Bring this down in here and bring this up that way.
You see, when Qabarets was saying, she used one sponge for her whole face, and then you use 10 sponge.
I use one sponge, but for the sponge, I remember which side I use for what. So like this is like neutral, this is like light, this is like dark. So it doesn't wash so much. Good. Yeah, not bad, yeah. Okay, so now blend it so that it looks a bit lighter on the top.
and what does that mean?
So you see how there's like almost a gradient.
Yeah, like
right?
as in, what does it mean? Like
Yeah.
in terms of technique, like how to.
So use a fluffier brush. This is a bit too pointed.
Ooh, it's looking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Correct. Okay. Keep it tight. So don't do until so much. So it gives you even more dimension. Yeah. Concentrate on, let's say, this triangle. Yeah. Okay. Because we want to highlight this bone. Your forensics, your anatomy very good, right?
Okay lah.
So this area is called what? The malar region. The malar bone is like basically like that. Okay? It's anatomy. Then here, the middle. Look lah. Down the nose. Here. Here. Okay, so that's all. And then blend it out. So your sponge has always been a bit damp. Okay? Use the pointy part. Don't go in straight with this and then smudge everything all over the place. So use this pointy part. Look. And then yeah, that's when you just scrape out the top.
This is that student who finishes his test like before everyone and just like sits waiting for everyone.
So for the life of
the
the
teacher.
this way.
And the one who turns his exam paper over to tell the whole world I'm
No,
done.
don't let
Yeah.
This one
I
comes
realized.
back. Go right in the depths of it. Look. See the difference between that side and that side?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's totally fine.
And then when you cut, that part is super defined. It's almost like using a liner, but just stick a bit of black there and wiggle it inside. In the
yes.
depths. Huh?
Oh, that is dramatic.
Yeah. And then just stick it in there, wiggle it around. So that says black. So what I noticed also about all your makeup, Lester, and
Midas.
Midas not so much, is that you are very scared of using very dark colors.
Okay.
Yeah, you use a lot of light colors. Don't be scared of using dark colors because you're trying to change the shape of your face. So black in there makes such a huge difference. And then when you cut the crease, it looks much more striking. So black. Yeah.
It's mine too much.
Blend it out a little bit. Try to blend it out a little bit more.
Okay, yeah.
Don't keep dipping back in the black. Whatever is whatever's on your thing. So what I do is I concentrate there.
Oh, and this photo is gorgeous.
Yes.
Okay. And then blend it out as you use. Right?
I just want to give like a hint of a shadow here.
Actually, because it's quite dark, yours it's kind of.
How's this?
Okay. How do you feel? Do you feel it's blended? Huh?
I can see it is. What do you think? Yeah, I think on this one, I got 3D shape right now.
Okay, so now you draw your brows.
Draw my brows.
On one side, mark the beginning, middle, and end of the brow. See where you want to go. This one is very very woman lah. Huh? Your face is not, unfortunately is not going to support this brow. I just tell you honestly right now. Okay. It's the
I want
same
to
thing.
try to do the straight down from here.
It's not going to work on your face.
Really. So it has to be an arch.
Your face is very rectangle. Okay, so we want to make the rectangle look round. Okay, in order to do that, you need to have a more rounded or an arch brow,
Okay.
in my opinion. Okay, because if you do a straight across with a rectangle face, it will look like a rectangle. It will look even more like a rectangle.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to make the face as round as possible. So you start with your where you want your brow to start?
Yeah, I would love to have it starting at the actual where the actual brow starts.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay, so put a dot there.
Okay, here.
Okay, where's your arch going to be? Okay, tell me if I wasn't here, where would you put your arch? Or if you went ahead and did a straight brow, where would it go?
So if I'm going to do a straight brow, right, it will be slightly above where the starting point of the brow start from here, then here, and then here.
Okay, so that's very very low.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you can see, you've got quite a heavy brow bone,
Okay.
right? So if you went and did the brow like that, your forehead is going to look like a caveman crow, like something like mine. Okay, if I did a brow right across like there, it will look very very heavy. Okay, so make use of the own shape of your forehead. Okay, your forehead is flat here, right, and then it goes back, right. So you can see right, it goes flat here, and then maybe it turns maybe about there. Okay. I would, if you wanted to go straight across, I would say you start there, bring your brow up here, okay, and then maybe end somewhere here. Okay, so it's going to look like a straight line, but because of the way your head is shaped, okay, because it's a 3D thing, it will look. Although it's curved, it will look straight. Okay.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
So I would say arch there, and then maybe if you don't want to arch too much, you can just bring it straight out here. Okay. So how's your crease? So nice, yeah, very nice. So lately, what I've been doing is that I've been cutting my crease a lot, not so close to the nose. You know what I mean? Makes your eyes look further apart a little bit. See where I put the black? It becomes very, very intense. On stage, this looks very, very striking. Just a little bit of black only, that's all you need.
And it makes the line very clean.
Yeah. Instead of putting a black after you cut the crease. And then this end is this point. Right? One line to go, which is basically you've directed this to one point, right? Directed all to the same point. So this draw liner like that, okay? And then bring it in. That's it, fill it in. Can you see a DD?
No, it's just that he's telling me where I should cut it.
So now
Look at that.
and where you
Smolder for me, honey.
somewhere with your okay? Okay, so now you can start your eyes. Okay, and then from here, usually what I do, I like to blend the liner to cover up that space. Okay, keep a white line between the two. This gives you a lot more depth.
I think the crease in the liner, is it?
Yeah, so keep a line there. That's what I've been doing recently. This is what MV Peru also does. See? Okay, so just like that alone, you can see the difference, right? Just like that alone, when you fill in that space, even if I left it like that, it will look quite nice. But now because I'm doing a blue eye, I can continue to just pack blue there. The same blue I'm using, I'm just going to blend that in there. Blend it in there, this blue. Go into the lighter blue, same brush. See? Then you just keep working it until you have something like that. So that closes up this area a little bit, so it's not like because if you look at yours now, there's so much space there, right? It's very distracting. So this is what I like to do. and then just work it in, fade it into a white here, and then you may put some glitter or shimmer in the middle. You can do that. Okay, so this is. I mean, this is one way of doing lah.
A bit of black.
Okay. So try to keep the point of your wing as sharp as possible. You can see there's a little bit of a double wing there. If that happens, use a bit of concealer and just clean it up. Okay, so you can use.
Smile on camera.
Except for the angle will be off.
Fix it.
This student,
Just waiting for the
I find light I can't do light lashes. I tried white lashes in but this makes because of my face shape I can't handle it.
Show me.
Okay, and then I'm going to slowly bring that in here and up.
Okay, so start with the darkest color.
So that darkest color in the outer corner. Using the right brush. That's huge brush.
Huge brush.
Use the same brush that you use for your darkest color. Yeah, okay. This is a good one. Yeah, this is perfect for that. Okay, so just put it in the outer corner. Yeah, so just now we put the darkest color there, and then just use a clean brush, nothing on it, to wiggle it around just to smoke it in to the inner corner and then smoke it out, and then using black just to outline the eye and bring it back up towards the liner so that everything looks like it's one eye. So now the outer corner here, this is the part that's
Look at you. Miss Honey?
Yeah.
Miss Honey?
Where's one?
Miss Honey? That's nice.
She tried.
Or maybe the white part.
And she did.
If you can keep it controlled, and just finessing the points of everything.
No.
Concentrate on where it's darkest, and then feather it in the middle of the face. Okay, so for the cheeks, sometimes what I like to do, and for you especially, because you have quite a nice round face, we want to keep this whole area very nice, so you can actually afford to come down a little bit lower. See what I mean? You don't have, because you got so much more real estate, you don't need to be so you can keep it really rounds up your face.
She got the layer on that thing.
Whereas for me, if I because I already have this natural shadow here, I don't need to add anymore. And look at your jaw. Oh yeah, I forgot to contour your jaw earlier. For you, it's quite good to just go right. Vertical chin strap. And yeah, no, don't need to blend down. Yeah, so this part looks like a jaw. Yeah. So just a nice line and then blend down. Okay, so just look at jaw here for you. Okay, and just go down the side of your nose like that.
Oh my god, look at
Just go down the side of your nose. My nose contour I don't like to be too harsh, so just go down the side of
Yeah,
your nose.
low key,
So you can actually afford to go much closer to the middle. If not makes your nose look very wide. So yeah.
Also, it's like a bit triangle.
No, triangle the other way. so it should taper towards a small point at the beginning, at the tip of the nose. If not, your nose looks very wide. So I will start there, okay, and then I will towards the tip of the nose.
And now we highlight with white,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. See how much more narrow that looks like? Yeah, it's actually decided. You do it all your lips is that, and mine is that I will always overdraw the middle and then keep it underdrawn outside. So everything looks like I'm always doing this, and then I'll contour. So let's sharpen this. Okay, so always a very nice sharp lip pencil. Use it like you're shading. Huh? So use the side of it. So I'm overdrawing the middle, right? Bring it down to where it's normally. So this is going to end where my normal lip thing ends. Some people like to overdraw. Taku and Alfie like to overdraw the corner out. That's fine too. Depends on the look you're going for. But I like the more Violet Chachki kind of very pouty look, which everything is like more in the middle because my face is not very big. So if I overdrew it that way, I'll look very dumb. Okay, because my face down here is quite small. Overdraw here and bring it in. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you look very pouty.
Ooh,
Okay.
damn.
Very pouty. If you want to be super pouty, you just draw one whole line across like that. Then it's called what I call butthole lip. Very, very Y2K. In Y2K, everyone used to do that. It's called butthole lip. The Bratz dolls, the lips went all the way across like that. So a lot of good drag queens do this. They call it butthole lip now. And here, I'll start in the middle here. Just drag. And then drag it all the way.
You do it well.
It looks very dry.
Shit lips.
So actually, I'm actually underdrawing here. See? Here, I actually draw it. I'm not even drawing my lip there. I'm drawing it under, so everything is like that. And then I fill it in later. I do this for you a lot too.
Yeah,
So-
I realize.
So I overdraw here so the lip looks bigger that way.
Yeah.
But towards the side, it's actually underdrawn. It's actually overdrawn in the middle and underdrawn. Different shapes. You can actually afford to overdraw everything if you wanted because your face is much bigger. You also can. So if you wanted to try that, also can. But always try to remember the proportions. You don't want to overdraw everything until it's just one big clown circle, which some people do. Like they overdraw the same amount all the way around.
That's called a rosebud lip.
Yeah, and it just looks like you just have a clown circle there, right? So
Butthole lips.
Rosebudding.
Yeah.
So this is what I usually do. Then just fill it in with whatever color. Then as you know, I like to put some white in the middle and make it look rounded.
Okay.
Huh?
This one.
I want to
Yeah.
try the Trixie lips.
I have that
After
too.
a while, the texture
It's very, very dry. I have to put a lot of Duraline in this one.
What's the Duraline?
Duraline is stuff you can use to revive dried up makeup. Inglot Duraline. That's damn dry. Huh?
Yeah, more like
Dry. Kind of like a vagina.
Oh yes, honey, rock that lip.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well done. Okay, so another thing I like to do at the end of everything, after you smooshed everything, so the corners get a little bit out of control. Use a bit of concealer. I always do this with you to tighten up the bottom
the edges.
especially. Yeah, the edges.
Smile for me, Midas.
Yeah.
See? when I compared to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very rough.
Okay, so this is another secret. Always, whenever you finish your lip and it's all messy and everything, do a bit of concealer, cut that to make it look a bit more sharp there. Okay, so it looks a woman. It looks very. So whenever I do black lips, I always put like gloss or glitter just to make it look like it's fuller. So if you do black lips, a good trick is to just use glitter or shimmer and just put over that. Looks damn nice.
Although this one is shimmer later.
Yeah. Put a shimmer over the black lip.
Oh my god, this is like sugar and spice.
Yeah. Just getting lashes on. It's a full fantasy.
Mm.
Yeah, what's more
Right.
you said?
I like that.
I didn't sleep last night.
Huh?
You watch Two Broke Girls?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's black.
It's a fucking hantu behind y'all.
Okay, so that was the end of the workshop. It's already taken the major. Did you learn anything today, Lester?
Yes, I
Today,
learned
You laid
lens.
us 1 hour, 2 hours.
Okay, sorry I was late, but I did learn a lot of things about blending and making sure that I don't have so much harsh lines on my eyes.
Mhm. And what color foundation to use?
What color foundation did I use? I had to use the one that is similar to my skin tan.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Tony, what do you learn?
Yeah, so this was me before I took everything off.
Ooh, honey.
Ooh, all by herself.
Yeah, so I think the most important thing is knowing that I can do it. Just be more confident in my skills.
Yeah, because you can do it.
All right, Midas, and of course Midas is like perfection. He's already like
Smile for us.
Is there-
Smile for us.
smile.
You mean trailer hooker scam?
Okay, and of course, big applause to Terry who videoed us for us today. Thank you. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for post notifications and all that, alright? And of course, I'm in my Y2K outfit now because we're doing promos for our next show. So catch the Y2K Queens of the Millennium coming soon to a club near you. Yeah,
Woo,
alright.
love ya.
Video. Bye.